Welcome back to the second half of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Mr. Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
We have a lot to cover in the second half, and I might want to add that when I was talking about my birthday and all the people that treated me to different things, my daughter, Kelly, treated me to lunch, and we chose the Palace Cafe for some fresh, hot, delicious chicken and sausage gumbo. And while I was there, the staff learned that it was my birthday, so Miss Tina gave me a beautiful slice of pie, and I want to thank her and the staff there and everybody that was there. And I might add that when I walked up and sat down at the table with Kelly, this gentleman sitting by me, he says, you Bobby Dupre, correct? I said, yes, sir, I am. He says, we were living here in Opelousas, and we just, we really enjoyed watching you and Andrew on the program. I said, well, thank you very much. But he says, we moved over to Avals Parish, and I'm not able to receive your programming. I said, well, you won't be able to maybe watch it on TV yet, but you will be able to listen to it on 105.3. And he says,
KSLO FM.
FM, that's right. And he is Mr. Lewis Washington, and I imagine it was his wife that was with him. We didn't get the name, but we have his telephone number. He's now enjoying his life in Marksville, but he said Opelousas is a fine little town, so we were glad to hear that. One other point before I go too far and forget it, Miss Goldie Cardinal. Good morning to you, Miss Goldie. Her husband is Mr. Russell. He had hip surgery back in November. He's doing well. Now, how do I know all about them since they live over in Patterson, Louisiana? Well, this is David Link's godmother, Miss Goldie, and her birthday is also January 25th. So good morning and a belated happy birthday.
How about happy birthday to the Wade Hadley, John and Suzette's little boy. His birthday same day as yours. I forgot to wish to him last week. Happy birthday, Wade.
And Connie Mackey at American Bank, the voice at American Bank.
That's right.
And then I used to always call Mr. J.C. DC when he was alive, because that was his birthday also.
This weekend again, so about gumbos with the Catholic Daughters Saturday. We also have the 5th annual Gumbo Cook-Off put on by Steamboat Warehouse Restaurant and Frank's Downtown. It's going to be over at Frank's downtown Opelousas. Chicken and sausage gumbo. You can register even the day of the event. You must be registered by 10 a.m. Judging's at 3. Registration's $50. It's all to benefit Charles Lynn Kane, married to Connie Wilson Kane. They live out in the Leonville area. He's got some problems, some sarcoma type cancer. So if you can help out, go by this weekend. It's going to crank up at 8 o'clock until. And Steamboat Warehouse, while we're talking about them with being a sponsor, get mama away from the smell of her own cooking and bring them out after you have gumbo during the day. Go eat a little steak maybe, or a little catfish dinner over at
fish of the day.
Fish of the day, that's right. The tilapia with some crab meat on top ain't bad either. Go out there to Steamboat Warehouse in Washington, and great ambiance, great adult beverages, wine selection second to none. Go see chef owner Jason Hugay. Steamboat.
Let's show a couple of pictures.
Oh,
if
I
you
can
don't
do that.
mind.
Go ahead, Mark. Crank that one up.
All right. This is one of the most beautiful of all the pictures that I've seen regarding the fire of our Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in downtown Washington, Louisiana, which took place a couple of weeks ago. It's unbelievable how you see the fire at the bottom on the lower level, through the windows on the left-hand side of the building.
Up through the steeple,
the church hadn't caved in yet. This was probably after about 20 minutes of the fire.
See, that's how the ventilation works in the churches. They would draw the hot air through those steeples, so it just makes sense that when that fire rolls, it rolls straight to the top.
Okay, good point.
Learning engineering.
Yeah, that's right. And I picked up some beautiful, I think it was number 6 to number 8 shrimp. That's the big jumbo ones. That's the kind you do the shrimp Manelli barbecue. And this is a log. He's from the Sunset area. He goes by the name of Log, and he has sold me some before, and this was one night last week over at Bo's, and that's the kind of shrimp that they buy for specialty type orders. And this is last Saturday. On the left is my godchild, little Joe Touchette. He ain't little anymore. And Joe's good friend, Jeremy, and Mike Touchette, and they all live in the Atlanta, Georgia area. You remember we showed a picture recently
with the snow over there.
All the snow in that backyard.
And there is with Bobby Dupre joining them.
I wanted a picture with the three of them. Little Joe's my godchild, and David is serious about something. He's making a point talking to Mike, and I think he was actually talking to little Joe because he remembers him when he could barely look over the top of the steering wheel on these big heavy equipment. And then this is a happy trio here. This on the right, of course, is Richard Gagne with Gagne Lumber. Specialty lumber is what I refer to it, and his two sons. They had a successful teal hunt Saturday morning, and they are having breakfast now at King's Truck Stop. And then Pierre came in, Pierre Mistro on the right, along with Lil Joe and Mike again. We had a great visit.
And there you go, sunset over Sycamore Point.
Saturday afternoon, visited the condo, spent the night there actually, and
this is the monthly mass?
That was the monthly mass last Wednesday at Stevie Dupuis. I guess that's Karen Crow right out of Lafayette. A beautiful home. Look at this outdoor. This is his outdoor kitchen.
That's very nice.
I mean, it is gorgeous. Look.
Big sliding door to come in and out. No?
Two of them. He has one on the front on one end and one on the back end, and then he's got a big lake, which it was dark. I couldn't take pictures.
Blurry, but we got Monsignor Melanson, I see on the left.
Yep. And he said the mass. And on the right is Ted Cormier, and he is in the magazine, the Slimco Power magazine, and his title is Director of Human Resources. And of course, he's familiar with our program and everything. And the other one was Mike in the middle was
Mike Morris.
Mike Morris from Opelousas. Brother-in-law to Stevie, and a brother-in-law to Jim Lopez, who I rode with.
Right. And then we got...
And they're cleaning up all the debris at the fire in Washington, Louisiana, and that is none other than the infamous Dallas Leger. Go ahead, Dallas. Doing some charity work. And then last Friday night, we attended a party, a surprise birthday, 70th birthday for J.E. Brignac. And it was that he was surprised, believe me.
With his crown.
And they must have had 75, 85, maybe 100 people there. And on the left of this picture, of course, is our own friend and person who helps us here at the TV station doing some consulting work, Mark Carter and his lovely wife, Candy, and J.E. on the right with the crown.
Dirk Boudreaux in the back left corner,
too. Dirk was there. Dee was there. That's Vicky, J.E. and Bobby Dupre. And here we are. This is two ladies that worked for me many years ago in New Orleans. We had an office called Opelousas Underwriters. Ken Dupre, while he was living, was the manager of the office. Miss Mary on the left and Cookie on the right. And they also were well known to J.E. And they came to celebrate his birthday, and it was a celebration for me. And of course, here's my friend, my hot air balloon friend, Mr. George Richard, originally from Lafayette, now resides in Baton Rouge. And I gave a little talk about how we met, and that's another story. That was very interesting.
So it must have been good.
Oh yeah, I made him laugh.
And his wife, Miss Arlene.
Yep, that's his.
And Joe Fred.
And this is the gentleman that was the promoter of the establishment of Greystone Golf Course, of which J.E. and Joe Fred invested in. I was offered, but I had just, I think, maybe invested with Vince and Kendall in Timeline Construction.
And one of the daughters talking too.
Yep, Meredith
and Allison.
They had pictures from when he was an infant all the way to now.
His sister Judy, the
Century 21 in Laplace. And
then last picture.
A picture. Happy birthday, and shows
from a little boy all the way up.
Little boy all the way to today.
Kick back to us, Mark. I got some other photos I'm going to show a little bit later, but I got to get a couple sponsors in as well. Let's go with Mr. Benny's Supermarket right here in town. Benny's Supermarket. Let me tell you, the fruit and produce. You know, I've been watching my weight. I don't know if you've noticed, I've lost some weight, almost 30 pounds.
Cool.
Almost. Close. Going to Mr. Benny's, eating my fresh fruit and getting a little bit of nuts and that type of thing, eating more healthy, and I'm doing real well. And then on the weekends, I can splurge a little bit and I get some of those nice pork roasts they have and make me a little bit of rice and gravy. They've also got 7 days a week, they got the deli at Mr. Benny's when you want to go by and get whatever you want. And those big old plate dinners, you don't have to eat it all in one sitting. It's kind of good to eat a little bit at one, a little bit at the other. They've got nice desserts. You and I just had a big party with the guys at the retreat. We got them to make us some potato salad. For any kind of party you have, they can do the whole meal, just parts of the meal, whatever you're looking for. Benny's Supermarket at Miss Mary's Gift Shop and Little Benny's Sports Shack with nutritional supplemental type needs. And one more sponsor, how about Dixie Storage? All your storage needs, Dixie Storage can help you. Personal, commercial, climate controlled, little bitty units, big enough to put your RV in. Warehouses, loading docks, they've got all that. If you watch
all relatively new buildings and good locations
well
to get
taken care
in
of.
and out of.
And good lighting, so you secure, nice fencing, make sure your stuff is secure in there as well as Dixie Storage. Don't forget their sister companies, A Plus Glass in Lafayette and in Opelousas.
And in Opelousas, they also do the inspections, the
vehicle inspections for cars all the way up to 18-wheelers.
18-wheelers, and that's a big service.
We talked about that gumbo. I'm going to bring this up one more time. We've got our retreat coming up the weekend of March 3rd through 6th at Our Lady of the Oaks Retreat House. You and I have gone. I've gone for what you've gone how many years? 42. And I've gone for 12. So it'd be 43 and 13. Come by if you want. If you want to go to the retreat with us, silent retreat, great atmosphere. Nice low-key spiritual weekend.
Maybe you belong to another group, but you won't be able to attend with that group.
Exactly.
We have a great time of the year to attend.
Springtime.
We don't want to steal you from the other group, but we don't want you to miss, because once you miss once, then it's kind of hard to come back. And
call me, 351-0732 if you're interested. I got some slots still available.
Not many, but you have a few. That's correct. I spoke with Anna Jane Marks. I hadn't talked to Anna Jane in quite a while. We graduated together. She was needing some numbers on Melba and Melda Clary, reference to she had seen where Calvin Clary, their brother, had died. Well, by the time I got back with her, she had got the numbers, but it was nice speaking to her. She's now retired from UL, and just good to talk to friends. If you ever around Opelousas or you want to call me we've met somewhere along the line, please make that call, 337-945-4010.
January 29th is the Ball Mosque over at the Opelousas Civic Center. It's going to start at 6 p.m., $30 a ticket for the entire pageant, $10 for just the presentation. You can talk to Miss Claire Robichaud if you're looking for information. Opelousas Garden Club.
Saturday afternoon, shortly after 12, there was a terrible accident that took place, one-car collision, which is a little unusual. There were 11 people in this vehicle. They spun out into the median and actually were heading south, according to what I read. And when we passed shortly after the accident, the police were not there yet, or the ambulances, but the vehicle was actually heading north, so they spun around. No one was wearing seat belts, apparently, and all 11 were ejected. And of course, Saturday night, the little 3-month-old child died, and there was one more in critical condition. So I don't know about that, but that's too many people in a vehicle to start with.
KSLO will see you on the other side of 3.
And then secondly, please put your seat belts on some kind of way that I guess there were more people than
There's not enough seat belts for sure.
No, there were 4 adults and 7 children in the thing. It really brings out a point to be careful and don't overload these vehicles, because what happens at that point, with 7 kids, they're going to be talking, they're going to get the attention, the driver's going to lose the attention, he probably want to whack one of them in the head like I was whacked when I was a kid.
And then when you got a little baby, that takes a lot of, somebody's got to be watching that baby too. You know, babies take a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? attention. That's the
a lot
word.
of attention.
How about some more photos? Let me show these photos real quick. The Walk for Life was this past weekend over at Our Lady Queen